out my control. I'm still holding on with no means to believe.
next, a profile of a teacher whose approach has caught international attention.
I'd like to speak up for the brilliance of teachers.
Se llama Hanan Al-Hrub, la mejor profesora del mundo.
Our class has become the focus of the whole world. It's a great opportunity to send a message.
The winner of the Global Teacher Prize Award, Maggie, is with us this morning.
From one teacher to another. Congratulations.
My students, since winning the prize, the circles of power and influence that they've been able to walk into, it's priceless.
Andrea Zafiraki. She's the first UK winner of the Global Teacher Prize.
And I look forward to meeting her shortly to congratulate her in person.
Without a doubt, it is the best job in the world.
And joining me now is Peter Tabichi.
I want to really inspire and empower other people in the society, because when you raise the respect for teachers, it shows that there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Global Teacher Award विजेते शिक्षक रणजीत सिंह डिसले.
I would like to announce that 50% of the prize money will be equally shared with the rest of 9 top 10 finalists. Together, we can make this world a better place.
This was the moment Kashia Thorpe found out her life was changing.
Governments around the world need to make education a priority. In a world of strong, loud opinion, the one voice that should never be drowned out is that of the teacher.
It is here that I receive all news, old news of the world, not my own, but with a passable scent, from an old man with passable pity. He tells me about unit title, lesson number, and I swallow, until he mentions Vietnam, the war. That is when I really start to listen. If I can't be the hero of the story, call me ornament immigrant. Oh, the boats and the people in those boats, so brave, so different from the refugees now we owed them. I moisten my tongue at the sound of almost home as the name Yung Thu Hung loses its river in my teacher's mouth, and nobody asks why my face is wet. And remembering my one sad desk in the desolation of that classroom, I write a prayer for the children who fill it next. Let the children speak their names as their mothers do. Let the chorus sing it back, or try and try. Let the stories have no accent, and some sounds remain untranscribed. Let the children fill the space with memory. Yes, the coriander, yes, the silk, yes, the stomp, yes, the beads, yes, the duplex, the asphalt, yes, the drums, the honey, yes, the chain link, the copper, the speakers, the stars, yes, the ballads, the bells, the cable buzz, the clay, yes, the multiple, the many, yes, the love, yes, the love. Let the memories be told by the hearts they tumored. Let the children know their melancholy's name. Let them shape the vowels into hope and draw from ancestral hymn. Let honor make no hostages of them. May their bloodlines become primary text, and may what they've seen become their language.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director General of UNESCO, Ms. Audrey Azoulay.
Bonsoir. Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres de l'Éducation, chers enseignants, Monsieur le Secrétaire général de l'Internationale de l'Éducation, cher David Edwards, Monsieur le parrain de la Fondation Varki, représentant de Sonny Varki, cher Dino Varki, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, je voudrais commencer ce soir avec les mots d'un enseignant. Il s'agit de Maurice Ogwang, il est prof de maths à Kampala, en Ouganda. Et nous avons entendu ces mots à l'antenne de RFI. Dans l'enseignement primaire, nous dit-il, un instituteur gagne en moyenne de 120 à 150 $ chaque mois. C'est peu. Je pense néanmoins que cela vaut la peine d'être enseignant, car lorsque vous voyez la différence que vous faites dans la vie d'un enfant, ça n'a pas de prix. Et c'est ce qui nous réunit ce soir, c'est ce qui nous réunit à l'UNESCO, dans cette conférence générale qui réunit les 194 États membres, dans une organisation qui s'est fondée et construite sur l'éducation. Et il n'y a pas d'éducation sans les enseignants. C'est un des messages centraux du premier rapport mondial sur la condition enseignante que l'UNESCO lance aujourd'hui avec l'équipe spéciale internationale sur les enseignants. C'est un partenariat mené par l'UNESCO qui réunit plus de 160 membres, des gouvernements, des organisations internationales, des ONG, des associations des membres de la société civile. Un partenariat qui s'est donné depuis 2008 la mission de valoriser le métier d'enseignant dans le monde. Mais pourtant, ce rapport que nous présentons dresse un constat qui doit nous mobiliser tous. Nous n'en faisons aujourd'hui pas assez pour rendre la profession assez attractive, au moment même où, selon notre rapport, il faudra recruter 44 millions d'enseignants d'ici 2030 pour garantir le droit universel à l'éducation primaire et secondaire. C'est une pénurie mondiale. Même si les besoins sont particulièrement aigus en Asie et en Afrique subsaharienne, ils existent aussi dans les pays les plus riches de notre planète. Et cette difficulté est accentuée par un autre phénomène qui est aussi mis en évidence dans notre rapport, le taux d'attrition des enseignants, c'est-à-dire la proportion accrue des enseignants qui quittent le métier. Ce taux d'attrition dans le primaire a doublé entre 2015 et 2022. Et ce qui est très inquiétant, c'est qu'on voit aussi un nombre important de jeunes enseignants qui quittent leur poste dès les premières années de leur fonction. Face à cette crise de vocation, il est donc absolument nécessaire de revaloriser la condition enseignante. Nous n'avons pas d'autre alternative. Excellencies, teachers are the backbone of quality and inclusive education. This is why UNESCO has always been committed to supporting them and is taking concrete steps to support them in the field on all continents. I would mention a few examples. In Cambodia, for instance, UNESCO is implementing one of the country's largest and most comprehensive teachers' education reforms, thanks to an investment of $14 million from the Global Partnership for Education. And we have nearly 94,000 teachers in Cambodia that will be able to access professional development opportunities, including training and mentoring. Of course, in Africa, which is a transversal priority here at UNESCO, we're also working there for teachers. We're working with the European Commission to strengthen teacher training and professional development through an initiative totaling $12 million that supports teachers in Burkina Faso, in Chad, in Mali, Mauritania, and Niger. And yes, supporting teachers all over the world requires funding. But we all know, and we repeat it again and again, that it's the best investment for the future. For if teachers are supported, they can have a tremendous impact, not only directly on their students, but also on the communities around them. And this is why we very much like to celebrate the teachers, and we're very happy to do so at the opening of our General Conference. And this is why we're gathered here today, as UNESCO is very proud once again to host the Global Teacher Prize organized by the Varkey Foundation, which I thank. This award singles out one exceptional teacher who received the remarkable prize of $1 million in recognition of his or her outstanding service. Teachers like the United States' Keisha Thorpe, who received the award last year. She has done so much to give vulnerable children the means to emancipate themselves through education. And I was very proud and delighted to be with her, with another teacher, Dr. Jill Biden, at the White House last month to celebrate the return of the United States of America to UNESCO. We were united through, with, by education. But this prize also has another goal, to draw attention to the beauty of teaching profession and the need to give it greater recognition. It's true that we all remember a teacher who had a specific impact on our life, to whom we are grateful. It may sound like a truism, but it's true. Teachers are life changers. They do so much for us every single day. And tonight we return to them the favor. So I would like again to thank the Varkey Foundation, to congratulate all the finalists that are with us tonight, and to thank them for their invaluable contribution to education, and by contributing to education, to peace, which is our main goal and objective, even when it seems very far away and very difficult. We still have you to give us hope. Thank you very much. Merci.
All of us go through insecurity and doubt, trepidation along this journey of life. And those teachers that see the best in us and are patient enough to allow us to grow into that, they are like gold.
I discovered the secret that teachers never tell you, and that is, it is astoundingly hard work.
In today's world, this is so important that we give every child a good teacher that they can depend on, that can create their future the right way.
Just a small open door can help them transform their life and their communities and the world.
The real superheroes are teachers. They're the ones that change the world.
My admiration for teachers will never die.
You know, I always say that teaching is the mother of all professions. And if you don't have good teachers, you're not going to have a good society.
Making the profession more attractive is essential today. Only by backing teachers today, we can protect our tomorrow. This means holding them in higher esteem, paying them better, and training them better.
The world is facing a severe global teacher shortage. New data from UNESCO and the Teachers Task Force shows that we need an additional 44 million teachers to achieve universally primary and secondary education by 2030.
Shortage of teachers is a global challenge, but the bigger problem is that teachers today do not have access to the training resources they need to prepare children and youth for our current and future challenges.
Sub-Saharan Africa needs to recruit at least 15 million teachers to achieve education goals by 2030.
Sub-Saharan Africa has the biggest number of young people all across the world. I grew up in a refugee camp in Kenya called Kakuma. I remember going to school, sitting in a very tiny classroom with one teacher that was serving over 3,000 kids in the refugee camp.
The high rate of attrition witnessed among teachers is something that also needs to be addressed.
A good teacher holds the power to influence, inspire, and shape a young person's life for the better. Reaching young people early on and providing them with the extra support they need can give them the best possible chance in life.
The international community and governments must make the profession more attractive.
In order to deliver universal education for 2030, it's important that all the governments throughout the world invest in teachers now.
What we need is to focus on nurturing those teachers that can go beyond traditional role of teaching and develop their skills to make them human experience teachers and prepare them to thrive in the real world with its very real problems.
We can all contribute to addressing these issues by raising awareness of the importance of teachers.
We must do more to valorize the profession by celebrating and reward our teachers. Teacher prizes are one way to do that.
The Global Teacher Prize has given me the opportunity to meet inspiring teachers from all over the world. One of the things that I've learned in this journey is that teachers perform miracles every single day.
Teachers! Teachers!
My hope for the future is an education system that prioritizes teachers at its very core, where their role is given the significance and respect it deserves.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Stefania Giannini, UNESCO Assistant Director General for Education, Her Excellency Angelina Matsi Mochega, Minister of Basic Education, South Africa, Her Excellency Michaela Nylander, Vice Minister, State Secretary to the Minister of Education, Finland, and Her Excellency Suharti, Deputy Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Indonesia.
Good evening, everybody. It's a great pleasure, a great honor to discuss, dialogue a little bit with the other side of the story. We heard very much from our Director General about, and also the discussion at UNESCO at the beginning of this General Conference is focusing on teachers and many problems that we see. The Director General just mentioned the highlights of the global report on teachers that UNESCO just released, and I kindly invite all of you, Excellencies, distinguished guests, to deep dive in this report. It's about the shortage. 44 million of teachers still represented the worldwide gap, with a special focus on sub-Saharan African countries. 15 million still there. It's a question of working conditions. Unfortunately, in many countries, teachers are not well paid. We see that half of the countries surveyed in this report pay their primary teachers very much less than any other comparable professions with equal grade of qualification, education, and the skills. It's a question of attractiveness of the profession. We know that, being a teacher 20, 30 years ago, my generation, I would say, was still a profession which could attract the best talents worldwide and being recognized as the core of the society. Today, we cannot say it's the same situation. It's also difficult to keep those teachers who are in the system to stay. So these are the problems. But we are here. We have a privilege to have 3 ministers and vice ministers who can provide this audience with their solutions, with the real concrete reforms and or measures that in their countries they implemented. And we see already some results. So we cannot start before moving to the prize and the celebration of the teaching profession without messages of hope and solutions. So I would like to start with Madam Minister of Basic Education of South Africa, Angelina Mochega. We had already the privilege to discuss in other contexts, Madam Minister, about the huge, impressive recruitment of teachers and the reform that you are implementing in South Africa. And it seems that it's already working very well. So please, if you can tell us, how do you see the solution side of the story? And welcome to the panel. I think it's working.
No, thank you very much, facilitator, but also let me acknowledge our guests here. One of the few things we did, because almost 15 years back as a country, we were running short of teachers, we had to recruit in neighboring countries and even abroad. But now we're at a stage where we can't absorb even the teachers that we have trained, but there are threats which are ahead of us. First, we had to expand our bursary scheme and have a dedicated bursary program for young teachers, work with higher education to create adequate spaces, but also change the whole payment system or the grading and payment system in government. So in terms of grading, we had to make sure that in our country, all our teachers are trained at university level. So when they qualify, they all are M+4, which is matric plus 4 years. So they qualify the same, so they're graded the same, whether it's primary school or high school. So they're paid the same, there's no differentiation in terms of salary. But we also were lucky to have what we call the occupational dispensation, special dispensation, whereby teachers had to be categorized differently with your doctors, your engineers as scarce skills, meaning that we're able to work a program where we can look at grading and salaries to an extent that we're able to pay our teachers competitive salaries with the private sector. We're able to encourage them to stay more in the system so that we have less attrition where teachers leave immediately, because with your qualification, your grading, you could even earn more than your principal so that teachers are not forced to run out of the system. But what we think helped us mainly was around the bursaries and what we call the occupational dispensation. We currently, as I say, we have more teachers than we need, but there's a threat that we are going to experience a shortage in 2034 if we don't do anything. And hence, we're encouraging, working with our teacher unions, to encourage older teachers above 50 to take their retirement so that we're able to bring in younger teachers who are going to stay longer. So we're monitoring the system quite rigorous to make sure that we don't go back to the difficulties that we had 15 years back of really finding ourselves with teacher shortages. But we have now excess teachers and we're able to retain them and we're able to career path them in the system. And as I say, even our attrition rate has gone quite low. So I thought those are some of the things that we did differently after experiencing the challenges about teacher shortages in our country.
Thank you very much. I think it's
already a very good news that in some countries we can change the trend and the solutions can be implemented successfully. Well, beyond the increase in wages, which is an important, crucial dimension of the change needed for the teaching profession, this global report on teachers tells us that overcoming teacher shortages require valorization of the profession. This is something that also DG Azoulay mentioned clearly. We must recognize teaching not only as a very prestigious, important, crucial social role, but as a vocation, something that people wish to do because they understand that it's about empowering young people. It's about looking at the light in their eyes and helping them to unlock the potential they have. Well, this brings me to another country, which, let's say, is already a model worldwide for having found the real tool to valorize the teaching profession, to change the education systems and make the education system one of the best of the world. It's Finland. We have the privilege to have here with us a Vice Minister, State Secretary to the Minister of Education of Finland, Ms. Mikaela Nylander. And I would like, very simply, Madam Vice Minister, to ask you,
which is the secret of the Finnish recipe to change. Thank you.
Thank you. And Your Excellencies, first, I wish to thank UNESCO, the Varkey Foundation, and Dubai Cares for organizing this event. It's my honor to be here, as Finland is also a member of the International Task Force on Teachers, led by UNESCO. International networks are important for raising the status of the teaching profession and sharing best practices. And also, dear colleagues, in combating teachers' shortages, we must emphasize the well-being of the teachers, as it is the best way to ensure the attractiveness of the whole profession. In Finland, a part of the solution is that teachers are highly valued and respected as pedagogical experts. We put a lot of trust, I really want to say trust, in them, and they have a lot of professional autonomy. Teachers are motivated and have strong sense of purpose in their profession. According to our experience, it is important to recognize teachers as professionals who have a lot to say in the development in their own work and of the entire learning community within schools they work. Teachers should also be engaged in educational development more broadly. In Finland, teachers, also through their trade unions, are the single most important partner in any educational reform, policy, or legislation. To add, we have recognized the innovation capacity of teachers as a resilience factor. This requires flexibility and freedom in the teaching profession, which enables teachers to adjust their practices for making the best pedagogical choices to ensure learning. In Finland, we want to encourage teachers to explore new learning environments and pedagogical approaches. We also want teachers to collaborate and co-create, not only with other teachers across disciplines, but also with different actors of society. All this contributes to motivation and well-being of teachers. Dear colleagues, in order to thrive in their profession, teachers also need to feel that they are well equipped for their work. In Finland, we believe that teacher education needs to be research-based. Our teachers are educated with master-level degrees. As the skill demands in life and work continuously change, it is also important to ensure teachers' continuous professional development. In Finland, we see the teachers as lifelong learners. Finally, well-being needs to start with resources. It is difficult to speak of well-being of teachers when the class sizes are simply too big to manage, learning materials lacking, and the infrastructure is poor. Increasing investments on teachers is necessary, not only with the appropriate salaries, but also improving teachers' working conditions. Part of this is the need to increase the number of supportive staff in schools, such as special teachers, special need teachers, psychologists, and other professionals for ensuring that teachers can fully focus on the work they do the best, on teaching. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for mentioning a key word, trust, which is not written by law, but is something that can really make the difference. Let's move to Indonesia. We are running over time, so just to have your voice, your experience, what else governments can do successfully to keep teachers on board.
Okay, thank you. And thank you.
Madam Deputy Minister of Education, Culture and Research, Ms. Suharti. Welcome to the panel.
Thank you. And thank you to UNESCO for inviting us to share our experience in planning recruiting 1 million teachers. So the story that in 1980s, we started 6 years compulsory educations, and the 10 years after that, we start the 9 years compulsory educations, and now we're implementing the 12 years compulsory education. So with the number of populations that's huge, 280 millions, now we have about 60 million students. And there's years that the Indonesian government did not recruit teachers. So 3 years ago, we calculated that we need about 1 million teachers to be recruited. And with the about 70 to 80,000 teachers retired every year, the calculations become 1.2 million teachers should be recruited. It started in 2021. We opened the formations about 1 million, but since early child education, basic education, and senior secondary education is the responsibility of local governments. They are the ones who propose how many teachers should be recruited. So not all agreed to recruit many teachers, but we do our best to make sure that the budget is there, funded by the central government, allocated through local government. And we have two channels. The first channel is recruiting the early career teachers directly from the training institutions, but only those who pass the exams could be recruited as teachers. And the second one, using the mid-career teachers, there's to be the government employed teachers, they should also pass the exams that we done. We used to have the situational judgment test and also technical knowledge test, because we would like to make sure that all teachers who are recruited in a good quality teachers. And have we recruited 1 million teachers? Not yet. In 2 years, we recruited 550,000, still very large numbers. And this year, we plan to recruit 600,000 teachers, but only 300 teachers vacancies opened by the local government. So we still have about 300 more teachers next year. If 1.2 million teachers are recruited, do we still have a challenge? Yes, still many. Because using the current system of recruitment, we do only open the recruitment once or twice a year. While teachers can retire at any time. Some pass away, some move to other schools or other districts or provinces. So this time being, we are designing a new system. We would like to have so-called teachers talent pools platforms that candidates could apply to be teachers for sure, using the certain criteria, test also. But once they are in the platforms, in the database, they can be recruited at any time when schools need them. And other than that, another issue is that schools in the remote areas, in the small islands, not many interested to join. So, for example, in 2021, among 500 vacancies open, about 110,000 or about 20%, there's no applicants at all. How could we then provide teachers in those areas where they need the most? Now we starting designing scholarships together with the local governments to provide budgets for their educations so that when they finish the educations, they could return to their communities to teach. And by having those kind of new system that we are now designing with about last 6 months, we are testing the system. Hopefully, it can be implemented in large in scales starting next year. We are still want to make sure that all ministries, relevant ministries are agreed with that.
It's
and
very
thankfully,
important.
Yeah,
Usually.
thankfully, Ministry of Finance, who have the money, agreed with the scenario. Ministry of State apparatus also agree with our idea. Even they say that it can be implemented also for health sector, because the health workers also are limited, and they also in demand to be to provide more and more
Thank you.
system. And there are three aspects, I think, that we can share how we could do that. The first one is the willingness and commitment. Political will is necessary. And the second, the systems of the recruitment. We do the computer-based tests. We provide all the infrastructures and also the items also. And the last one, that's what I mentioned, the local government's commitment to be together with the central government to make sure that teachers available
Thank you.
as needed. Thank
Thank
you.
you and congratulations. 1 million teachers is a record number. I was proud as former Minister of Italy to have recruited 100,000. I thought it was the record worldwide, but you can find always something and somebody who's doing very much better. Well, just to wrap up, we are really running over time. I would say the message we can keep from this panel is that it's possible thanks to ambition, innovation, investment to make a change, to make the difference, to valorize the teaching profession as it should be done. Thanks to Varkey Foundation, Dubai Cares, from bringing all us at UNESCO to celebrate the teaching profession, and thanks to those ministers championing about these policies worldwide. Thank you so much. And now the prize.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actor, broadcaster, writer, and your host for this evening, Stephen Fry.
Thank you very much indeed. Good evening, Your Excellencies, esteemed guests, educators, students, and friends from every corner of the globe. Welcome to the Global Teacher Prize Ceremony 2023. It is my absolute honor and privilege to be your host this evening for this very special occasion taking place in the heart of the international education community, the UNESCO General Conference. But before we begin, I just wanted to take a moment to share something personal. The last time I had the honor of presiding over this event, the world was grappling with the unparalleled challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, and we held a virtual ceremony with screens separating us. So for me, hosting this remarkable ceremony tonight, right here in front of all of you, breathing in your air, which I hope is COVID-free, is nothing short of a dream. So from the depths of my heart, I thank you. Thank you for being here, for making this evening so much more special by your physical presence, and for joining hands as we celebrate the heroes of our time, teachers. We are the best of them, and we have 10 of the very, very best in the world here this evening. The best of them remind us that in a torn and troubled world, there are still, amazingly, reasons to hope and to have faith in humanity. The Global Teacher Prize, now in its 8th year, was founded by the Varkey Foundation, and this year is organized in collaboration with UNESCO and in strategic partnership with Dubai Cares. So I'd like to thank all our partners, every organization and each individual who played a part in making this wonderful moment possible. And we must remember, the Global Teacher Prize isn't merely an award, it's a celebration of every dedicated teacher working in classrooms around the world, shaping our very future. And I hardly need say it, now we need these teachers more than ever before. Climate change, the rise of new pandemics, sweeping changes in technology, including, of course, the rise of artificial intelligence, mean that we face challenges unlike any our species has faced before. With so many questions and the signs pointing in every direction, which way do we turn? With so many loud voices and opinions, to whom do we listen? With so much online chatter, how do we sift the truth from the lies and the hype? Well, ladies and gentlemen, when the world is at such a crossroads, I promise you this, it is teachers who will light the way. It is teachers who provide knowledge. It is teachers who bring opportunity. It is teachers who teach the respect for truth and instill self-respect. Tonight we are here to applaud their indomitable spirit, their passion, their commitment to the noble art of education. Indeed, the UNESCO emblem gracing the very walls of this room represents a pledge shaped by the Second World War to advance peace, sustainable development, and human rights by facilitating collaboration and dialogue among nations. And what better way to honor that pledge than to ensure that every child has access to a good teacher? But sadly, as we heard just now, we still have a long way to go. So as we sit in this grand room, let us remember and never forget the universal mission that binds us all: education for a better world. And I think we can all agree that a good education always has and always will begins with a teacher, which is why soon, from thousands of stories of dedication and inspiration, we will unveil the winner of the Global Teacher Prize 2023, but not before we dive into a night filled with heroic stories, vibrant performances, and heartfelt tributes. So, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for an evening like no other. But firstly, I want to introduce a very special person who will show us the life-changing difference that a good teacher can make. Earlier, we saw the alarming statistics reflecting the number of children who still do not have access to a teacher. But we must always remember that behind each statistic, there is a real child, perhaps working in a factory, picking litter from rubbish heaps, in a field, sleeping under the stars right now, and yet they are filled with ideas, hopes, dreams, and possibilities. And without the guiding hand of a devoted teacher and a good education, those dreams may fade away. They may turn to frustration, even to hatred. And sadly, more often than not, that young person who does not have access to a teacher will be a girl. There are 9 million girls of primary school age who will never start school or set foot in a classroom. This is a real scar on the conscience of the world. So now it's my absolute pleasure to introduce Geeta Murali, the visionary CEO of Room to Read, who will bring to life the profound impact of a good teacher. Geeta.
At Room to Read, we believe that world change starts with educated children. And as all of you know, the path to educated children is sustained by teachers every step of the way. A single teacher has the power to ignite a child's curiosity and sense of self-worth. And from that is born the motivation and the recognition that children need to exercise their right to a quality education. Entering through that door of lifelong learning, it's what has given all of us room to read, to grow, and to flourish in the classroom and now beyond. Young learners need human connection to appreciate their self-worth, to recognize that they have the ability to do more than just what they can see. Teachers form that critical part of education systems where children can find a sense of dignity regularly, where they can recognize that their diversity is a strength, where they can have their social and emotional needs met, to lessen the impact of chronic stress. A teacher is where a child finds that learning is a power that they can cultivate inside and outside the classroom. So when we talk about quality educational outcomes at scale, no learning solution is credible without the ownership and partnership of our educators. Now, teachers all over the world are not just educators, they are change makers. They are many times the unsung heroes in our lives and our communities. Take Nemi Chand, a trained teacher by Room to Read in India, who during the pandemic started his day at the crack of dawn to pick up age-appropriate books from the closed library and biked them around his village to make sure that children had books in each and every house. Moreover, he read those books to those children and discussed them with them. At the end of the day, he collected those books, sanitized them, returned them to the library, and collected the next set of books to take to the children the next day. He said, if my efforts enhance children's ability to read, then I can justify my existence. Teachers like Nemi Chand, they believe in our potential when we may not. They are havens of comfort and consistency. and they walk us through those doors towards lifelong learning. At Room to Read, we witness the magic of teachers in every country we work in every single day. Let's imagine a primary school student, 5 years old, in Bangladesh, entering a classroom or a library, or perhaps a tent in a refugee camp in Cox's Bazar. As they walk in, a smiling teacher, warm, welcomes them, has them sit at their seat, gives them a book, and gets them excited about the day of learning ahead. That teacher becomes a beacon of hope, a pillar of stability in that child's life. Now imagine what that child can become: a scientist, the leader of a business or a government, or an aspiring teacher themselves. And the change that they represent for their family and their community, now imagine that change happening millions and millions of times over, all over the world. To all the teachers in the room today, I tip my hat to you. I've seen the magic that you make possible every single day, firsthand. The students that you're working with today are the change makers of tomorrow. Of the 39 million students that Room to Read has worked with around the world, there is a young girl named Dumini in Sri Lanka. Her story is being told through Room to Read's new feature film, She Creates Change. Dumini was supported by an educator, Chandrika Marasinghe, who guided her path. She helped her become creative and confident as a leader. And as you will see, when Dumini's family faced harsh drought and food scarcity, Dumini used her skills to determine her destiny. She made tangible change. She was able to help her family secure a basic need, food. And now she aspires to serve so many more. So in this world, as we witness so many struggles and so much uncertainty, stories like Dumini's just reinforce something that is certain. Students need their teachers to help them find alternative paths. Compassionate and committed teachers are unlocking students' potential all over the world. We need more of you. And with you, positive change is not just possible, it's inevitable. Thank you, and now let's meet Dumini.
Yes?
Come inside. Mrs. Samarakun has come to offer you a job as a domestic worker in the city.
What do you mean? That's so far away.
Huh? I've already accepted the offer.
This is my home. I don't want to leave.
Don't worry, we'll talk to her.
Dumini, I'm so sorry it has to be this way. This drought has ruined our lives. At least you can eat well there.
No, I want to stay here with you. I want to go to school.
There's just no other way.
You're as hungry as me, aren't you?
There must be another way.
What should I do? Huh? Huh? Wow. You survived. Maybe I can grow my own garden. Spread the seeds evenly. Cover them with a thin layer of soil. Then water thoroughly. Oh no, why don't they grow? It seems some plants grow better in these arid conditions, but all plants need water eventually. Aha! I thought I was growing the garden, but the truth is, I'm the one growing.
Bravo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the reason I'm here. This is why I rose from my bed of pain and took my broken bones to Paris. I'm exaggerating slightly, but only slightly. It is now time to meet the top 10 finalists of this year's Global Teacher Prize. From thousands of entries from every corner of the globe, they have emerged as 10 educators that have gone far above and far beyond. Tonight, it is our distinct privilege to celebrate their stories, their impact, and their unwavering commitment to shaping the next generation. But before we bring them on stage, let's take a look at their extraordinary stories. Firstly, let's look at Annie Ohana, here from Canada, teaching in inner city environments and marginalized Black, Indigenous, and minority ethnic communities. You, Annie, have ensured that all students are seen, heard, and able to realize their full potential. You lead your students in fieldwork and infuse authentic Aboriginal language and content within the curriculum. As a result, more students are now taking social science courses, and there are higher graduation rates for Indigenous students. You founded Mustang Justice, a youth service and leadership group which organizes events championing important causes such as reproductive rights, anti-racism, and indigenous sovereignty. Congratulations, Annie, and thank you for all you do. Bravo. Chapeau. Next, let's look at Artur Providakov from Ukraine. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, Artur, you adapted fast, creating a course on Ukrainian literature. It's very nice to have the cameraman standing right in front of the script that I'm reading from. It's all right. You thought I was making it up as I was going along, didn't you? Artur, you created a course on Ukrainian literature as part of the All-Ukrainian online school project. The invaluable resource of this provided an education lifeline to millions of students and teachers struggling to adapt to distance learning. Then, as Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022, the very fabric of Ukrainian society was under threat, but you did not waver. Even amidst the chaos of rocket attacks and air alarms, you persevered, launching significant social projects and providing free educational resources. Your commitment remained unwavering, standing firm as a pillar of support for your students, colleagues, and the broader Ukrainian community. Slava Ukraine, and congratulations, Artur, and thank you for all that you do. Next, let's look at Deep Narayan Nayak from India. Now, Deep Narayan, you earned the name Teacher of the Streets during the COVID-19 lockdown when you moved classrooms outside, turning mud walls into blackboards and roads into classrooms. This helped bridge the digital divide for disadvantaged children living below the poverty line in remote communities. You have empowered those with learning disabilities, you have run counseling for students and their parents, and improved literacy rates among young adult learners. Your initiatives extend beyond education as you advocate for awareness around hygiene and sanitation practices, environmental sustainability, and gender equality. Congratulations, Deep Narayan, and thank you for all you do. Bravo. Now we come to Eric Asomani Asante from Ghana. Despite a lack of ICT facilities and internet connection at your school, you showed innovation by connecting all computer monitors to one system and developing an offline website for teaching computing skills without needing the internet. You then shared this solution with thousands of other ICT teachers and published computing textbooks that are approved by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment. Your students now achieve better grades in ICT than any other subject, and many have pursued computing in higher education. You are also a philanthropist, donating 160 computers and thousands of science and ICT textbooks to deprived schools across Ghana. Congratulations, Eric, and thank you for all you do. Now we cross over to Geisha Bonilla Cortez from Chile. Your father was your first pupil, and you helped him learn to read and write. Today you teach on Rapa Nui, beautiful island off the Chilean coast that we used to call Easter Island. But during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the island closed to tourists, you decided to reshape education based on local community needs. You made an educational TV program, started teaching in the island's indigenous language, and integrated Rapa Nui content and culture into the curriculum. This has not only helped preserve the island's heritage, but enhanced student engagement. As a result, school attendance and enrollment has vastly improved. Congratulations, Geisha, and thank you for all you do. Now let's look at the achievements of Mariette Wheeler from South Africa. Leka. Mariette, you spent years on the subantarctic Marion Island, home to those wonderful king penguins. And you also obtained a PhD in zoology. As you started sharing your knowledge and experience with younger generations, you soon realized that teaching was your true calling. Now you bring creativity to the classroom with science-themed charades, class debates, and apps that help students learn tricky scientific terms. As a result, all of your grade 12 life science students have passed the class and their senior year. You also run science clubs and exhibitions and produce a podcast on marine life that 400,000 people listen to. Congratulations, Mariette, and thank you for all you do. And now we have Melissa Tracy from the United States. Melissa, Greek for honeybee. You make a lot of honey. You began your journey teaching English in a rural village in Thailand. You later returned home to New Orleans to teach those affected by Hurricane Katrina. Now you're leading an innovative and one-of-a-kind food studies program where you teach students the importance of a healthy food system and encourage female students through your Girls Go Green and Grow Green project to gain first-hand experience in agriculture. You even transformed your classroom into a hydroponic lab where students can produce organic fruit and vegetables, and since then, they have donated 6,000 pounds in weight of green produce to community fridges and food banks. Congratulations, Melissa. Thank you for all you do. And here we are en France, Nicolas Gaube from France. Nicolas, you teach in a college where many students are from disadvantaged backgrounds, but as their earth and life sciences teacher, you have enriched their education by integrating creative approaches to learning, memorization tools, and calming techniques in the classroom. For example, you've raised awareness around climate change by modeling the greenhouse effect in class, highlighting the effects of global warming. Thousands of educators around the world have also gained inspiration and tips on using digital technology from your Happy Teacher YouTube channel and received your help through video conference calls and private messages. You seem to have so much time, like all the great teachers. It's a miracle. Congratulations, Nicolas, and merci pour tout que vous faites. Shafina Vora from my home, the United Kingdom. Shafina, you have encountered immense challenges on your journey to becoming a teacher. Your life changed after a car accident while at university, but you went on to achieve a degree in psychology and discovered your true passion for teaching. Today you work at a London school where you have developed a unique curriculum that uses Lego to engage students and enhance their cognitive abilities. This is now a flagship community-based program helping children in deprived areas learn about STEM and design engineering. Congratulations, Shafina. Thank you for all you do. And now, Sister Zef from Pakistan. Hi, Sister. Sister Zef, growing up, many children in your community could not afford the fee to attend school. So you decided, aged just 13 years old, to set up a school in the courtyard of your own home. You worked 8-hour days to help fund the school, then taught students for another 4 hours, and then stayed up at night teaching yourself. 26 years later, the school, now housed in a brand new building, provides free education for 215 underprivileged children. You also run self-defense classes for girls, provide financial assistance to families choosing between educating their children or paying their bills, and run a vocational center that has helped more than 6,000 women gain skills in ICT, textiles, and the English language. Congratulations, Sister Zeph, and thank you for all that you do. Well, what an extraordinary group of people. I think you'll agree that those 10, each one of them, is fully deserving of our enormous admiration and our thanks for what they do every single day. While we're enjoying life, these remarkable individuals do things that change the world. They shame us, and yet somehow we are, more than anything, proud. Proud to have a species that isn't all barbarous, cruel, mean, violent, and greedy. There are good people in the world, and these are like a candle in that dark world. So thank all of you. Now, before we bring out our top 10 finalists, it gives me enormous pleasure to invite onto the stage Mr. Dino Varkey, patron of the Varkey Foundation, who will present our finalists with their esteemed global prizes. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to him, who made tonight's celebration possible. And now, a very special moment. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the shining stars of the teacher world, the top 10 finalists of the Teacher Prize 2023. Please put your hands together and give them the roaring reception they truly deserve. Annie Ohana from Canada, Artur Proidakov from Ukraine, Deep Narayan Nayak from India, Eric Asomani Asante from Ghana, Geisha Bonilla Cortez from Chile, Mariette Wheeler from South Africa, Melissa Tracy from the United States, Nicolas Gaube from France, Shafina Vora from the United Kingdom, and Sister Zeph from Pakistan. Terrific photo op. Bravo, bravo. Bravo tutti. Thank you all very much indeed. We'll see one of you later in particular, but thank you all very much. Now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it's not every day that we are in the company of music royalty, but our next guest is a master of his craft and an inspiration to so many. Nile Rodgers is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, Songwriters Hall of Fame inductee, and a multiple Grammy Award-winning songwriter, composer, producer, arranger, and guitarist. As the co-founder of Chic, Nile pioneered a musical language that generated endless chart-topping hits. His work in the Chic organization, including the iconic We Are Family for Sister Sledge and his productions for such artists as David Bowie, Madonna, and Duran Duran, have sold more than 500 million albums and 100 million singles worldwide. Niall is also founder of the We Are Family Foundation, which is dedicated to the vision of a global family by creating and supporting programs that promote cultural diversity while nurturing the vision, talents, and ideas of young people who are positively changing the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a true musical genius and philanthropist among us. Please give a warm welcome to the legendary Nile Rodgers as he graces us with some words of wisdom.
Thank you for those kind words, Stephen. It's a real honor to be here at such a special occasion. In the wake of 9/11, we set up the We Are Family Foundation because we wanted to bring the world together. We have gone on to support programs that promote cultural diversity while amplifying the talents and ideas of so many incredible young people. But if one family, then, what does that say? But if the world is really to become one family, it often starts with a teacher. And that is because teachers bring children together in classrooms all over the world. Children from various backgrounds learn about shared human experiences and begin to understand the strength of our diversity. Teachers introduce young minds to not only the basics of language, science, and math, but also to the concepts of empathy, respect, and unity. This then spreads beyond school walls, influencing communities and shaping nations. The dream of one world, one family seems idealistic, but it's a vision worth striving for. And I salute the world's teachers for the crucial role they play, one lesson at a time. My last jazz teacher had the biggest effect on my life. I was a snob. Let me tell you something. I had the most snobbish attitude about playing pop songs as I was a jazz and classical musician. It was one day that I was going out to play this song, Sugar, Sugar, by the Archies. You know, honey, do, 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 oh, sugar, sugar. My teacher asked me, what was the problem? And I said, well, I hate playing lame compositions. He said, Niall, do you know Sugar Sugar has been #1 for 3 weeks? What's that got to do with it? I said. Any song, his reply was, any song that does that, ready for this, is a great composition. I said, how can you say Sugar Sugar is a great composition? His response showed me what art is. Because it speaks to the souls of 1 million strangers. He touched my heart, shattered my ego, and let me know what art truly does: communicate. 2 weeks later, no, that's not the punchline. 2 weeks later, I wrote my first million-selling record. But now, as one musician to another, I would like to introduce a very special singer because sometimes words aren't enough to express how we feel. Sometimes we need artistic expression to help us truly understand. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce a musician who grew up performing Pentecostal churches, in Pentecostal churches all across the UK, and has used her unique talent to champion the cause of SEND musicians or SEND students. She then rose to stardom on the TV talent show, The Voice. Her performances were not just singing, they were a blend of power, vulnerability, and depth. Tonight, she graces our stage, blending her unique voice with a song that encapsulates the spirit of every educator, every mentor, and every guide. For in every classroom, in every corner of the world, there's a hero who shapes our future. Ladies and gentlemen, please give me, or please join me. You know, these glasses are like not the best glasses in the world. They might look cool, but trust me, I'm having a tough time seeing the prompter here. But ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to the incredibly talented Rachel Modest.
I'm a little bit starstruck. I have literally been a fan since I was 6 years old. And now I've offended him. This is dedicated to all teachers everywhere.
There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and that emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Oh, rising. You that a hero lies in you.
What a beautiful performance. Thank you. Thank you to the extraordinary Rachel Modis for that wonderful tribute to the world's teachers. And now we reach the climax of this year's Global Teacher Prize ceremony, the moment where we announce the winner of the Global Teacher Prize 2023, where we honor an exceptional teacher that has made an outstanding contribution to the profession, someone who will use this platform to give voice to teachers all over the world. And of course, with the title comes a $1 million prize fund. But before I open this envelope, let us invite our top 10 finalists back onto the stage. Are we ready? On you come. In the same order as you were in before, ideally. Don't be shy. Wonderful to see you. There they all are. Fabulous. It's perfectly obvious from what I told you about these remarkable individuals earlier that any single one of them would be a worthy winner. But there is only one winner, and let me announce it now. The winner of the 2023 Global Teacher Prize is Sister Zef from Pakistan. And now let me welcome on stage Stefania Giannini, the Assistant Secretary General for Education, UNESCO, and Mr. Dino Varchi, patron of the Varchi Foundation. And they will give the award. Welcome, Your Excellency. You must be very proud. our winner.
That was, before I may I have some water, please? It's incredible surprise. Thank you.
You should add Evian is French.
Excellencies, ladies, gentlemen, esteemed guests, fellow educators, and supporters. I stand before you today with immense gratitude and a profound sense of responsibility as the recipient of the Global Teachers Prize. This is a moment that I never could have dreamed of. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. Sunny Warkey, the Warkey Foundation, UNESCO, and Dubai Cares, and all those who have believed in my mission to promote education in Pakistan. Receiving this prestigious award is not just a personal achievement. It's a recognition of tireless efforts and dedication of countless teachers around the world who work to transform lives through education. It's a testament to the power of education, the power to change lives, communities, and the world for the better. I share this award with the students I have had the privilege of teaching and the communities I have the honor to serve. It's for the girls and boys who break all taboos, face challenges, dare to dream and learn despite the most difficult circumstances. Their resilience and determination are a constant source of inspiration for me. They prove that education is not just a right, but a beacon of hope that can pierce through even the darkest of circumstances. The recognition is a reminder that when we work together, we can overcome the obstacles. It's a call to action, a call for us to redouble our efforts, and a call for the world to unite in our commitment to ensuring that every child, regardless of their backgrounds or circumstances, has an access to quality education. As a Global Teacher Prize winner, I am committed to continue the work that brought me here. I will use this platform to advocate for quality education, gender equality, and the empowerment of every child, especially those in marginalized communities. We must continue to innovate, collaborate, and invest in education to shape a brighter future for us all. In closing, I want to remind everyone that teaching is not just a profession. It's a vocation, a calling to inspire, nurture, and empower the next generations. Let's work together to ensure that every child has the chance to learn, dream, and make a positive impact on our world. Thank you again for this incredible honor, and thank you for believing in the power of education. Together, we can truly change the world. Thank you again, and God bless you all.
Don't forget your award. Forgot something? Congratulations, Sister Zeph. And maybe, I don't know, maybe this is only, I would say, 1 in every 15 in this room will understand it when I say maybe this is a sign that Baba and Zaid Afridi and the others will get the Pakistan team into the semi-finals of the Cricket World Cup. Who knows? Because England certainly aren't in it. Anyway, I also think we should please applaud the other 9 remarkable individuals. Bravo to you all. A million congratulations. So congratulations to Sister Zeph, and thank you for that wonderful speech. And if I may say so, this iconic room, with all its august history, graced by such a distinguished audience, is the most perfect place to deliver your powerful words that I'm sure will echo for years to come. That concludes this very special Global Teacher Prize ceremony that rightly pays tribute to a profession that is the mother of all professions. So a heartfelt thanks to UNESCO for hosting us in this magnificent place, their headquarters. To the Varkey, yes, indeed, thank you, UNESCO. You never get enough praise around the world for what you do every day unseen. The Varkey Foundation, too, the extraordinary Varkey Foundation, for creating this prize. It's so generous and so magnificent. And also to Dubai Cares for their invaluable partnership. Thank you to Dubai Cares. Those huge thank yous should go to all our supporters and every individual behind the scenes who made this evening come alive. As we conclude, let us carry forward the message of tonight that every teacher is a hero, every lesson is a legacy, and every classroom is, to use Sister Zeph's words, a beacon of hope. I'd like to thank every single teacher in the world, and there are 4 that I'd like to thank for my personal reasons. Only one of them is left alive, but he knows who he is. He changed me completely. And I'm sure we all have stories like that to tell about what teachers have done for us. They create us, they help us, they light fires within us that never go out. They can help build a better future. Finally, if I may, I'd like to leave you with the words of Mr. Sunny Varkey himself, the founder of the Global Teacher Prize. Whatever the question, he said, whatever the question, education is the answer. Thank you and good night. Thank you very much. Thank you.